Children, we are in science period and we are in chapter number 9, soil. As you know, children, soil is one of the most important natural resources which we obtain by the process of weathering, and it helps in the growth of plants which help us in giving us food. It is this soil which is the home of many of the organisms. It is very essential for agriculture, and its earthly fragrance after the first rain is also very refreshing. So children, today we'll start up with the topic soil that we have already started on Monday. So today we'll go for the next part, and that is soil profile. So soil, which is composed of distinct layers which are performed. So we'll perform here an activity to find out how these layers they are arranged. For this, as I said, we will be performing one activity. We'll take some soil, we'll take and break it so that all the lumps, either the clumps which are there, will be powdered. Now, we'll take a glass tumbler, we'll fill it with 3/4 of water, and then we'll put this handful of soil into it. We stir it so that it doesn't stick and get dissolved within the water. Now let it stand, and for some time, that is, we will leave it undisturbed for some time, and we will observe the following. It will be appearing somewhat like this. So children, here after putting the soil, after leaving it for some time, we can see different layers of soil. That means the soil has arranged itself into different layers according to the particles, the size of the particles. So here, do you see the layer of particles of different sizes in the glass tumbler? Yes, of course. After seeing all that, you will be drawing this in your notebook. Next one, are there some dead, rotting leaves or the remaining floral part which is floating on the water? Yes, of course, you can see here at the top, here, this part. So here it is your floating part, which is said to be your humus. So the rotting dead matter in the soil is called humus. So I have children, you have understood with the soil profile. So here we found that at the topmost, the rotten leaves and the floral part is your humus. Then we have some water, we have clay, we have sand, and in the end we have gravel. So this is what is the arrangement of soil profile. You probably know that the soil is formed by the breaking down of the rocks, by the action of the wind, water, and climate. This process is called weathering. As I said, for the formation of soil, we take thousands and thousands of years to make an inch of soil. So this is done by the process of weathering, which is done by various agents. Either you can say various agents help in this process. and those agents are wind, water, and climatic changes. The nature of any soil depends upon the rock from which it has been formed and the type of the vegetation in which it grows. So, a vertical section of different layers of the soil is called as soil profile. Now, a vertical section through different layers of the soil is called soil profile, and each soil profile differs in texture. We usually see that the top surface of the soil, not the layer below the soil. If we see at the sides of a recently dug ditch, we can see the layers of the soil. Such a view enables us to observe the soil profile at that place. Soil profile can also be seen while we dug a well or laying the foundation of any building. So these are the ways in which we can see the different layers of soil. It can also be seen at the sides of a road or on the hills or at the steep river bank. So these are some of the places where we can easily observe this soil profile. Now we'll talk about the horizons, either the layers. So the uppermost horizon is generally dark in color, which consists of your dead rotten plants, remains of plants, and that is your leaves and the floral parts, which is said to be humus and minerals. The humus makes soil fertile and provides nutrients to growing plants. This layer is generally very soft, porous, and contain more water. It is called the topsoil or the soil horizon or a horizon. This is a place which provides shelter to many of our living organisms such as worms, rodents, moles, and beetles. The roots of small plants are embedded entirely within the topsoil. The next layer that has a lesser amount of humus but has more minerals. This layer is generally much harder as compared to your A horizon. So it is compact also, and it is the middle layer and is called as B horizon. The third layer, which is called the C horizon, is made up of small lumps of rocks which cracks and crevices present. Below this layer is a bedrock which is hard and very difficult to dig with a spade. So here you saw we have A horizon, we have B horizon, we have C horizon. So here you can see different layers, as we have the humus, then we have the topsoil, we have the subsoil, we have weathered rock fragments, and last we have the bedrocks. So children, I hope you have understood about the horizons which are present within the soil. So we have A horizon, which is a very porous and which can retain more water, which is considered to be the top soil. After that, we have the second layer, which is said to be your B horizon, and this is having more of the minerals, and it is generally harder and more compact. After this, the third layer we have the sea horizon, and which is made up of small lumps of rocks, and the rocks with the crevices and the cramps. And the last but not the least, which is also said to be the bedrock, is very hard and is very difficult to dig. So, children, today we have talked about the soil horizon, where we have talked about the soil profile actually, in which we have talked about the different horizons of the soil. So, if you want to, one, we have done the activity when you are putting the water, when you are putting the water in the tumbler, that is 3/4 of the glass tumbler you have filled with water, and then you have put the layer, or you have put the soil so that you can see the different layers of the soil. But if you really want to see, you can see the place where the construction sites or where the well is dug, but be safe, be away from that place. So hope so that you have understood. Bye bye. Sai Ram.